Connecting you to your community. This is Chris 6 News in your neighborhood.
Hey there, happy hump day. I'm Chief Meteorologist Stephanie Lauber. We are tracking heat across the coastal bend, a beautiful view over downtown Corpus Christi, but it's a hot one when you're outside. So how will this temperature trend change over the next couple of days? I'll have that answer ahead.
As the Nueces River continues to rise, residents of Three Rivers are making preparations. Coming up, I'll have what they're doing to prepare.
A new emergency room with a new name. I'm Jada Jenkins with what's coming to the northwest side of Corpus Christi.
Hello and thank you for joining us on Chris 6 News. I'm Clara Benitez Cortez. Here's a look at what we have been following across the coastal bend today.
Hey there, happy Wednesday. I'm Chief Meteorologist Stephanie Lauber. We are in the dog days of summer, but do you know where that term originates? Well, it has nothing to do with dogs, unless we're talking about a dog constellation. The greater dog, or Canis Major, is a constellation that we tend to see from about July 3rd through August 11th, and that is broadly what we consider to be the dog days of summer. This dates way back in history, and it has a lot to do with Sirius rising and setting with the sun in summer. Sirius a part of this constellation, of course. So they're in conjunction around the middle of July, and that makes Sirius very bright. Back in the day, when we had less understanding of science, the ancient Romans believed that gave off heat and made the weather so hot. So, of course, it doesn't have anything to do with that, but we identify this hot stretch of weather as the dog days of summer. So now we'll bring you the dog walking forecast thanks to our friends over at Line of Utah. And our start today, Dude Garcia looks like a pup who's ready for July weather. Well, we'll tell you how the trend is going to go as we head through the next couple of days coming up.
When flooding is in the forecast, typically the shelves are picked clean as people prepare. But here in Three Rivers, that hasn't been the case. Empty shelves, long lines, and last-minute supply runs are often common when severe weather is in the forecast. But in Three Rivers, many residents say they've seen rising water before, and they don't feel the need to panic.
We're just kind of helping neighbors and friends as they may need help. For the most part, these people in Live Oak County are country people, you know. When they see water rising, they move to higher ground.
While emergency officials continue to prepare for the possibility of flooding, many residents say seeing crews from across the state in Live Oak County has given them an extra sense of confidence.
We would just like to show our appreciation and support for all the people that have showed up to help us. You know, we really appreciate it. It means that people care.
Locals say they'll keep watching the river, helping their neighbors, and if the water rises, they'll move to higher ground. Reporting in Three Rivers, I'm Reagan Garvin, Chris 6 News.
Over the past couple weeks, we've been watching water levels rise along the Nueces River. I'm Chris 6 meteorologist Chris Malve. Let's break it down. Just around 3 o'clock on Wednesday, July 29th, here's what we know right now. In Three Rivers, we are currently in the action stage. We're going to also hit that major flood stage around just above 40 feet of water by the end of this week. What does that mean if you live out in that area? Well, here's a graphic kind of showing what similar impacts we could see in that area. These are from historical records of previous flooding events. When floods like this have happened in the past, we've seen feet of water right up along people's homes in subdivisions around the river. So hopefully you've been planning ahead as the river has continued to rise over the last few days. And this is not to fearmonger, this is just to make sure you're prepared. And just because these are the records from previous floods, it's not going to be an exact one-to-one of what could happen, but it's to give you an idea of what you could possibly see in your neighborhood if you live around that area. So make sure to stay safe out there and stay cool.
I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Jacob Daniels, and first responders are sending a warning after two teenagers got into some big trouble Tuesday night after they got caught in a dangerous rip current.
It happened around 9 p.m. Tuesday night near Whitecap Beach. ESD2 and CCFD crews were dispatched after a report of two missing teenagers, a 16-year-old boy and girl, last seen about 40 minutes before crews arrived. Miraculously, law enforcement did eventually locate them alive and well, and a short time later, and ESD2 says in a survival situation like this, the teens had one thing on their side.
Fortunately for these individuals, they weren't alone, they had each other, so that's the biggest thing is whether it's family or friends, Not swimming alone is the most important thing.
Cortez says it's better to know the rules than to be lucky, and shared other things swimmers should know before getting in the water.
And always checking the weather ahead of time before you plan, so you don't just get caught from coming from out of town and coming here and thinking that, oh, I gotta get in the water.
And if the current does pull you out, Cortez says don't fight it.
Don't fight the current, you're just gonna get tired sooner. And also swim with it diagonally. It's gonna take you. Go in the direction and then towards shore.
The teens were rescued after dark, and the people who spend their time on this beach say that's what worries them the most.
I would never let the kids swim in the dark. I think that's obviously one of the riskiest things you can do, even as an adult.
Stanford says his family comes to this beach often, and he's seen how quickly things can change.
Mother Nature's an incredible beast. Rip currents are no joke. I think it's one of the most under-talked about things that you could come visit. If you don't know about it, it's something you should be aware of.
Other beachgoers say the warning signs are already there if you know to look for them and not brush them off.
Oh, a lot more, especially not being around. I think that's where people go wrong, is getting used to it around here and being from down here.
And for families along Whitecap Beach, it's a reminder they say they won't forget anytime soon. And for two teens, it's a life lesson that could have ended much worse.
Like ESD2 said, it's not a good idea to swim at night. Always swim with a buddy and know what to do if the current drags you out into the Gulf. Reporting on the island, I'm Jacob Daniels, Chris 6 News.
Knowing the facts about rip currents can save your life. Rip currents do not pull people underwater. They are surface water streams that pull you away from the beach into deeper water. They move at 5 miles per hour. That's faster than the speed of an Olympic swimmer. Rip currents are hard to spot. They often look like calm, flat water. They're most dangerous during low tide. Jetties, piers, and sandbar breaks act like channels that guide rip currents and worsen their outgoing pool.
As the northwest side of Corpus Christi continues to grow, so does the need for emergency care. I'm Jada Jenkins in Calallen, where leaders broke ground on a new emergency room they say will better support this community.
For a while now, we've told you about how the northwest side of Corpus Christi is booming. Now, that growth is driving another big change. A brand new emergency room designed to bring critical care closer to home.
This is a big deal for the Northwest.
City Councilman at large Mark Scott says it's not just about a new building. He says in a rural area, it's about cutting down the time it takes to get help when every minute matters.
Can you imagine something happens to one of your loved ones and you've got to drive 25 minutes to the nearest facility?
There will be more closures for the ongoing Harbor Bridge project tonight. Starting at 9 p.m. northbound, US 181 will be reduced to one lane. This is to stage equipment for accessing the Harbor Bridge tower lights. This lane reduction will last until 6 a.m.
City leaders are raising your water and wastewater bills. The new prices will kick in starting in January 2027. The base water rate for a standard home meter is going up. It will jump from $17.25 to $19.11. Your wastewater rate is also increasing. That bill will go from $38.29 to $39.95. The city will still use your winter average to calculate that wastewater cost. That means they will look at how much you use during December, January, and February. Corpus Christi city leaders are spending more than $7 million to improve local neighborhoods. The city council approved the federal funding on Tuesday. The money will go towards building affordable housing and helping the homeless. It will also pay for infrastructure upgrades like curb and sidewalk repairs. A portion of the funds will directly support emergency shelters. The plan also keeps 17 full-time city workers on the job. These new programs will officially kick off this October.
I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Jordan Benavidez, and I'm outside of Kingsville City Hall where residents are making their voices heard. More on the story coming up.
Watching Chris 6, a part of the Scripps News Group.
Here's a look at what's happening across the Lone Star State. The Department of Energy has declared a power emergency across a large portion of the country, including Texas. Extreme heat is driving up electricity demand in affected areas. The order allows the Southwest Power Pool to tap into backup generators to help keep the lights on and prevent rolling blackouts. The emergency order will remain in effect throughout August 3rd. A new poll shows a surprising lead in the race for a U.S. Senate seat in Texas. Democrat James Tallarico is leading Republican Ken Paxton by 5 points. The survey shows Tallarico with 45% of the vote compared to Paxton at 40%. Pollsters say Tallarico is gaining support from independent voters. Early voting for the election begins on October 19th. A new report shows Texas has the highest rate of hunger in the country. Feeding America says nearly 1 in 5 people in the state do not have reliable access to enough food. That includes about 2 million children. The problem could get worse because of a new federal law that shifts some food assistance costs to the state. Advocates are asking for Congress to delay the change so millions of Texans do not lose their benefits. More construction on Yorktown Boulevard means another road closure. For drivers, Rancho Vista Boulevard at the Yorktown intersection is closed. This is on top of the eastbound lane closures from Rodfield Road to the Oso Creek Mud Bridge. You can still get to your neighborhood and local businesses. You just need to follow the posted detour signs. The city expects to finish the entire reconstruction project in 2027.
What do you imagine Kingsville will look like in the next 10 years? What about 20? Well, city leaders are asking for your help mapping it out. I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Jordan Benavidez, and I'm outside of City Hall where you can make your voice heard. The city of Kingsville is creating a new 20-year growth plan, and officials are asking for your ideas to help shape it. The new comprehensive plan is funded by a $300,000 grant from the Texas General Land Office. From downtown development and housing to parks, infrastructure, and transportation, the city plans to invest in all aspects of your daily life and the quality of Kingsville's future.
It's a way of driving investment from the municipality. It's a way for the community to provide input on what they want to see in Kingsville, how they want our town to develop over the next 10, 20 years.
Right now, city officials want to hear from you. They're holding meetings to make sure that you have an opportunity to make your voice heard for years to come.
Hopefully this can bring something more solidified to kind of bring more tradition to the town and, you know, make it more attractive for other people to come visit us, stay, spend their money here, eat at our restaurants, stay at our hotels, shop our local businesses.
You can find more information online as well as a survey that allows you to provide input on the city and how you think it can improve. Students and visitors are also encouraged to participate. The survey takes about 10 to 15 minutes to complete, and you can find it by scanning the QR code on your screen. Now's the time to speak up, speak loud, and make your voice heard. Reporting from Kingsville, I'm Jordan Benavidez, Chris 6 News.
Taking a look at some of the top headlines we're following for you today. In Wisconsin, they're picking up the pieces after that EF3 tornado ripped through their towns and cities. Menasha, just north of Milwaukee, the town's seeing widespread damage, tornadoes knocking down trees, flipping over cars, destroying homes. A high school football stadium torn apart, half the seats destroyed. The town's water filtration plant was in the direct path. The roof was demolished. Workers inside saying they feel lucky just to be alive. This Congress is one of the oldest in history in this country. A new CNN poll says 58% of you say that's a problem. The average age of a sitting senator is 66, a third over the age of 70. The poll also finding that most Americans want to see more transparency around the health of our elected officials. Only 35% of those polled say elected officials have the same right as every other citizen to keep their medical records private. More and more Americans filing for personal bankruptcy. 500,000 filed just last year. That's about 50% higher than 3 years ago. Gone is the stigma from personal bankruptcy. Experts say it's outweighed by the pressures associated with being in debt. Bankruptcy allows people to handle their debts through a court-appointed trustee, allows them also to avoid those debt collectors.
Hey there, happy Wednesday. I hope the week has been good for you. I have a mantra that little Steph came up with. If your week is going well, today's the best day of the week because we still have a couple days left of it. Now, if your week has been less than spectacular, today's still the best day of the week because it's almost over. So whichever side of the aisle you're on with that one, the heat is going to pretty much remain a constant. We're going to be dealing with these temperatures that are just a little bit warmer than we typically expect for this time of the year. We're talking middle to upper 90s. So depending on whether you're more of a coastal neighborhood or more inland neighborhood, add a few degrees to what you typically expect, and that's the weather we will have as we wrap up the second half of the week and head into the weekend. That comes with some gusty afternoons. We've generally seen those winds from the southeast. Today they were a bit more south-southeast, and I think they will likely remain that way on Thursday too, which kind of cuts that humidity a little bit. Allows the afternoon high temperature to be higher, but we tend to stay under those heat alerts. I'll show you what the feels like temperature will be in your neighborhood ahead. But we're also tracking the flood warning along the Nueces River, which has our attention on 3 rivers at this point. So the warning from Cotulla down to McMullen County has been allowed to expire. We're focusing on McMullen and Live Oak counties. And so if you live near the Nueces River, you're very concerned with this, as you should be. You need to pay attention to this forecast, but we're still missing a lot of details on what to expect. The river has only just started to rise today at 3 Rivers. It's coming down at Tilden, but still elevated in major flood stage. And as we go through the next couple of days, we expect to be in major flood stage near 3 Rivers. So those impacts, every flood's different, right? But we have some benchmarks that we can compare to, and we're expecting that river to crest around 40 feet. The last time that happened, there was significant flooding miles away from the main channel of the river, and that flooding occurs in many subdivisions near 3 Rivers, so we need to keep that in mind. But we'll continue to watch it. If you're planning to head out tonight, those temperatures are going to take a while to feel cooler. By 12:30 in the morning, we're still feeling like the 90s in some neighborhoods, and it's going to be a warm, muggy start to your Thursday morning. I'll walk you through the extended forecast ahead.
San Patricio County Sheriff Oscar Rivera tells Chris 6 News that no foul play is suspected in the death of a woman who was severely burned in a truck fire. 57-year-old Maria Rocha of Aransas Pass was found Saturday near a burning truck by sheriff deputies. They were investigating a report of a brush fire near a roadside park. Sheriff Rivera said Rocha's truck appears to have run off a park trail and then caught fire. Rocha was taken by Halo flight to an area hospital, but sadly died of her injuries on Monday. Corpus Christi police have identified the woman murdered on Christie Street. Investigators say her name is 28-year-old Elizabeth Gonzalez. Officers found her shot to death early Monday morning. Police arrested 65-year-old Alberto Valdez at the scene. He is now charged with murder. Detectives say he confessed to the shooting. Police reports show Valdez warned a neighbor to expect gunshots just hours before the killing. Nueces County has a new tax assessor collector. Her name is Krista Champine, and she's no stranger to the county. She's a 13-year employee and is currently Nueces County Director of Property Tax and Voter Registration. Champine will fill out the term of Kevin Kieschnick, who announced earlier this month that he was stepping down after serving as Nueces County Tax Assessor Collector for 15 years. Kieschnick recommended Champine for the position. She says she plans to run for Tax Assessor Collector after she fills out Kieschnick's term. Krista Champine's first day is September 1st.
All right, let's get a look at that 7-day forecast. We are talking about hot weather remaining through the next 7 days. So as we flip the calendar from July to August, probably not going to notice a whole lot of difference in our weather pattern as a whole. But here's what you can expect heading into Thursday. We'll keep the temperatures in those upper 90s right here in Corpus Christi. 98 likely to be the hottest temperature we see as we wrap up the week on Friday. We'll watch how this trend goes. If we see a little more of a south-southeast wind direction, that could mean the actual air temperature is higher. If we see a little more of an east-southeast wind direction, well, that could keep the actual thermometers number down a little bit, but that just means the humidity will also make it feel very hot. As we go through the next couple of days, I just want to remind you, it's summer. We're South Texans. We can do this, but make sure you're staying cool out there, checking on kids, pets, and the elderly. We want to avoid strenuous activity and prolonged periods outdoors. There will be plenty of sunshine too, so if you're outdoors, make sure you're wearing the SPF 30 or better.
That's all the time we have for now. Thank you so much for watching Chris 6 News. Have a great one.